Hey guys, so for this presentation, I'll be talking about the vulnerability of Bridgeport, Connecticut to climate change, specifically climate change causing the sea level to rise, which when compared to the rest of Connecticut and Fairfield County, specifically where Bridgeport, Connecticut is located, has a predictive seawater level rise of 6 feet or 2 meters. ClimateCentral.org also states or predicts that there is a 67% risk of at least one flood over 6 feet taking place between today and 2050 in the Bridgeport area. As you can see here, a lot of the Bridgeport population is highly concentrated in the areas near Stratford to the right, Fairfield to the left. This is Bridgeport, and some of the population up in the Housatonic River, but actually a lot of this area is below the water level. Here is the population for reference. There's a pretty sizable amount of population here, especially in the downtown area of Bridgeport, and here is Stratford, and a little bit of population up here. Here are the social vulnerability indices. For context, the social vulnerable indicator is the ability for communities to prepare and respond to hazards like flooding, and a high social vulnerability factor and a low social vulnerability factor basically indicate the 20% most and least vulnerable socially in coastal areas of each state, according to ClimateCentral.org. As you can see here, a lot of the Bridgeport area and the populations up the Housatonic River have a very high to medium amount of social vulnerability. The Stratford area is more so of a medium social vulnerability factor, and around here is low to medium, where Fairfield is. Bridgeport is also home to a variety of ethnicities, which all have variable risks to sea level rising because of climate change. For the most part, the left side where Fairfield is at around here is mostly filled with white people with small populations of Black, Asian, and Hispanic people. Around here is more so Black people with some pockets of white, Asian, and Hispanic people, and around here in the Bridgeport area is also pretty mixed with white, Asian, Hispanic, and Black. Same goes for up here. Next is the income of this area, where you can see a lot of the 20 to 40% income makers lie along this river right here. And it's the same for around here, the 20 to 40 and 40 to 60 around the Bridgeport area. As we go to more of the Stratford side, there's more of the 80 to 100% and 60 to 80 around here, and 40 to 60. And as we go to the right or the left side, going down further in the Golden Coast where Fairfield is, the income is more consistently in the 80 to 100% range. But no matter what the income range is, there is still a pretty even amount of sea level rise prediction in this area due to climate change. This also somewhat ties into the property values of the land, as you can see here, as these super red and orange areas have very high price per acre, and here is pretty high, but not as high as the Fairfield area, and here is the same, which basically lines up with the previous factors that we've talked about. Here is the projected sea water level rises in a medium level scenario, and here are the coastal flooding predictions. As you can see here, the amount of days of coastal flooding driven by climate change has increased, but the data has stopped at 2014. But we all know that climate change causing the seawater level to rise hasn't really stopped, so it would be nice to know what the current data is, but it can be assumed that the amount of coastal flooding due to climate change has increased. Here is the future flood risk map. In Bridgeport, all the recent growth has been in the safer zone. The data does end also at 2017, but it would be nice to know if this trend has caught up to the current day. But overall, the tie-in message is that larger changes to how we deal with climate change have to be addressed to a larger and more systematic extent if we want to protect as many people as we can for the safety and health of our society and economy. Okay, thank you.